Julian Clegg.
Start your day with BBC Radio Solent.
Today, one of the things we're talking about this morning is the time you had to stand up and perform in public. I love this. The Hamwic speakers in Southampton have picked 2 random people on the street to train them to give a speech at their 10th anniversary tonight. We're going to hear more about that and more about those people as well later on in the show, and that's inspired one of our phone-ins this morning. Thanks, Kev. Well, at 7:26, here's the question of the morning. How would you feel if you had to stand up in front of a load of people and deliver a speech? Well, a public speaking club in Southampton has set out to prove you can pluck anyone off the street and coach them to do just that. Let's find out more now about this and say good morning to Guy McNair-Wilson, who's Vice President of the Hamwic Speakers, and to the 2 people who were plucked from the street. So first of all, let's say hello to Guy. Morning, Guy.
Good morning, Julian. Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Great to have you on the show. We actually were talking to someone earlier on the show just before 7 who has friends who are members of the Hamwic Speakers. Tell us just a bit about the group and your history.
Yeah, so Hamwic Speakers are a public speaking club based in Southampton, but we're part of a much larger international network of public speaking clubs called Toastmasters International. So there are basically around about 16,000 clubs around the world with about 350,000 members in 143 countries. And it's all about gaining confidence with public speaking, which is a leveller, basically, across society.
Yeah.
A lot of people have problems, and it changes lives, and that's really what we do to our members in Southampton. We've been doing it for about 10 years now, and we reckon we probably turn around the lives of around about 1,000 people. It's completely the most amazing experience that you can have if you have any anxiety with public speaking.
Amazing. And look, tell me about the 2 people that we're about to meet who are on the other line and how you found Kitty and Vivian.
Well, it's coming up to our 10th birthday this evening for our club in Southampton, and we just wanted, it feels a little bit insulated in a way that we don't really feel that enough people know about Toastmasters and our club. So we just thought, let's see if we can prove the philosophy by, rather than training one of our own members, let's look out and just put an advert out. And we did an advert in the Lymington area and said, if anyone out there who's got extreme anxiety with public speaking, come to us and we'll set you a challenge that you will have 3 weeks of coaching to speak on the final night, which is tonight at our 10th birthday anniversary, to do a 2-minute speech each. And so, Kitty and Vivian, Kitty's 16 and Vivian is 61, so 2 different areas of life, have come to us with such courage and shown such enthusiasm and motivation and gone through our coaching program. And I have to say, just 3 weeks, their change is astronomical, and I have so much confidence for them this evening when they're going to do their speeches.
Well, let's say hello to them right now. Hello, Kitty.
Hi.
Good morning. Have we got your age right, by the way?
Yes, I'm 16.
Yeah, so I apologise because I've been saying 17 this morning, and I'd expect Guy to get it right, so that's good. So, Kitty, tell me a bit about yourself and how you landed up being selected.
My mum signed me up. She saw on Facebook this advert, and she thought, oh, Kitty will benefit from this. So I came home one day and she's like, I've signed you up for something.
And what did you say to her?
At first I was a little bit reluctant because it's kind of putting yourself out there. But afterwards I was like, it's an opportunity, so...
Yeah, that's good. And how much training have you had?
Quite a bit. Like, it's taken up a lot of time, but... I think I've met so many really interesting people who've taught me loads of really interesting things and just helped me with understanding the fear around it all.
Fascinating. What's the biggest thing you've learned about confronting those fears?
Just how insignificant it is compared to everything else that I've gone through in life so far. That's
a good way of approaching it. Let's bring in Vivian. Hi, Vivian.
Morning.
Good morning. And we've been giving your age out. So you don't mind, do you?
Well, I do.
So it's good to have you on the show as well this morning, Vivian. And how were you selected, or how did you find out?
Yeah, same as Kitty, really. Funnily enough, I'd seen Toastmasters before, sort of out and about somewhere in the media. And it was one of those things I thought, that looks interesting. I will do it tomorrow. You know how you do, and you never really get round to it. But when this opportunity comes on Facebook, I thought, well, come on, Griff, let's go for it. You know, what have you got to lose? So that's the route I took.
Good for you. And what have you learnt from having Guy and his friends train you and guide you through this?
Oh, crikey. Quite a lot, and actually probably more about myself than I thought. I knew I was lacking in confidence, but actually I think I've learnt ways to conquer some of the anxieties. And, well, just how interesting and exciting it's all been, really.
That's good. We've got to ask, before we go back to Guy for a final word, Kitty, what's the theme of your 2 minutes going to be tonight?
About self-confidence.
Oh, that's a good idea. So that kind of ties in with all of this as well. And what about you, Vivian?
Well, we were asked, one of the topics we were given was the most significant decade in your life. And this guy very kindly pointed out at a meeting somewhere that actually, well, Viv's got more to choose from, so that went down really well. So that is my theme, and I'm not saying any more than that because it's got to be a bit of a surprise for people tonight.
No, yeah, don't spoil. I think you've both teased that, as we say in the business, beautifully. Very, very clever. Guy, although they've not spoken tonight, they've already been on the radio this morning being brilliant. You must be very proud.
Oh, I can't believe it. It's absolutely wonderful. I've just had no problem with them this evening. They're just going to do amazingly. I'm very proud, yes.
Yes, really good. Well, look, Guy, great to have you. Happy birthday to the Hamwic speakers. Vivian and Kitty, great to have you on the show this morning. Got to ask, are you going to do more? Kitty?
I'm too young to continue with Hamwic, but maybe when I turn 18.
Okay, and Vivian?
Definitely. Yeah. It'd be shame not to, really.
At which point you were able to say, "I'm not too young, but I'm too polite."
I'm not going to say I'm not too old either.
Exactly. Well, look, great to have you both there, Vivian and Kitty. All the very best tonight. We're wishing lots of luck. Guy, happy birthday to the Hamwic speakers. Thank you all for coming on the show. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Julian,
bye. Weren't they great? So there you are. That's what's inspired our phone in today, which is when you had to stand up in public and perform. Let me know your stories.
BBC Radio Solent.